Hi guys, this is episode 15. Welcome me to Let's Discuss The Walking Dead. This is for Season 4, Episode 14. Just an absolute masterpiece last night. Well acted, well written, well directed, everything. I loved at the beginning of the episode that little interaction that they had between Carol and Lizzie. Um, when Lizzie gave her a hug at the very end of their conversation, I could almost see that Carol was kind of lightening up to the idea of being a mom again, because basically Lizzie is the same age as Sophia when she died, so you can kind of see the continuance in that way. So, which of course made it a little more tragic. What happened at the very end of the episode? So, at the very beginning of the episode, when they showed that teapot on the stove, and outside the window, what became the Walker and Lizzie, I thought it was kind of a look into the past, seeing basically just two people trying to catch each other. Um, Something that happened at the house like long before this stuff had happened. Um, because, well, I was thinking, well, where would they get the fuel? I know what was said was that they probably had propane tanks and stuff, but yeah, I'm not so sure that propane would stick around long enough down there. So I thought that she'd matured enough since stuff had gone down at the prison to actually know that walkers, were dangerous. That's the reason that I thought that she was trying to keep Judith quiet. But yeah, apparently, if Carol hadn't come up, she definitely would have suffocated the kid. So glad we know now for sure. Who's the one who was feeding the walkers outside the fence? It was definitely Lizzie and not Bob. So um, I do have to kind of apologize to the character Bob. I know he's not real or anything, but um, he's sorry for making you kind of the scapegoat with any real proof or anything. So one thing kind of has been gnawing at me. What if Mika was actually able to shoot living things? Um, what would have happened if she'd actually shot Lizzie when she was trying to kill her? Um, then Carol and Tyrus came back and saw that, you know, Lizzie was the one that was actually dead and stuff. Would they actually believe Mika when she told them what she was trying to do, or protect her and Judith from what Lizzie was going to do to them? Or basically, would Carol have done the exact same thing to her, thinking that she was a threat? Or would they have said that, okay, she can come back from this? Would they believe her or would they not? That kind of stuff. So, I guess that's a question to the audience. Probably won't get an answer, but I'll at least ask the question. So, I do have a question about the Chartwalkers. One thing that I got to say is that kudos to the special effects teams. Um, they did a really awesome job with those things. Both in CG and the actual physical effects department. So, um, but anyways, I kind of wonder what actually started to lure them to head toward that head towards the house instead of sticking around that bonfire because something would have had to lure him in that direction. The only thing that was even remotely loud enough to bring him over, the amount of time that it would have taken them to travel from that bonfire or what was probably their own house on fire, would have been the gunshot that they had to use on that walker that fell out of the house that they were at. So at the very end of the episode, I actually think that Lizzie kind of eventually figured out what was going on. Um, because when Carol basically told her to, keep looking at the flowers and stuff, I think she knew that she was about to be killed by Carol. Um, the reason that she didn't, turn around or run away or try to kill Carol or whatever instead was basically because to her it was like, okay, either get killed now or, you know, live and I'm basically gonna be alone. So, um, kind of the lesser of two evil type things. So, um, yeah, she kind of quote considered the walkers to still be alive or whatever, but I think even she knew that she wouldn't get any interaction from them. She could basically feed them, and they kind of be like pets, but well, pets that would try to be killing you like all the time. So, um, in a way, it kind of like be living with a tiger outside of its cage, or living with a full-grown lion or whatever. Of course, some people try to do that, but of course, it usually doesn't last out too long from. You hear every once in a while on the news that somebody's grown tiger or lion or something like that has actually eaten them. So yeah, that's probably what would have happened. At first, I was kind of surprised that Carol told Tyrese that she was the one that killed Karen, like right away. I thought that that might actually drag on for a couple more episodes. But I really wasn't surprised when Tyrese decided to forgive her. Of course, he said he wouldn't forget, so um, I kind of think that the reason that he said he forgave her and he didn't shoot her was that in a way he was kind of punishing her by not doing it. One, he really needed somebody else to help him take care of Judith, that kind of thing. And also he was kind of like, well, you have to live with the fact that not only did you kill two people, but you're also responsible for two little girls dying. So um, in a way, it was kind of like a screw you from him. So I also like that they were working on a Sophia puzzle when the episode ended. So um, I know you really couldn't tell just by looking at it, but on The Talking Dead, I think they said that that's what it was supposed to be. I hope that this is a real turning point for Carol, because I was looking back on the previous episodes for the last season and a little bit in the ending of season 3, and I'm thinking that she was starting to turn into Ed, her abusive ex-husband. Of course, he was eaten by walkers and stuff, but um, I kind of think that she kind of started on that road. Not only after she became free from him, but I guess you could say in a way free from Sophia too. So my main thing is I was thinking back to I think it was in season 2 when they were all outside Atlanta when this stuff had kind of started to happen and she was gonna give a meal ready to eat to Carl because he was hungry and it said to her, hey, we can't do that. We can't keep announcing that we've got food to these people. We don't know them. They could just try and take it away from us, that kind of stuff. So, um, I'm kind of hoping that the stuff that happened to her in the last episode, especially, as kind of lightened to her mood, so that she is a little more accepting of people's differences and stuff like that. So, but anyways, I'm gonna sign off. So this is episode 15. You've been watching Let's Discuss The Walking Dead. This has been for Season 4, Episode 14. So I will see you next week for Episode 15.